Karibu sana mpenzi mtazamaji katika kipindi chetu cha Advanced Farming. Na hii leo tumezuru shamba ambalo linaitwa Dakasi Farm, ambapo wanafanya ufugaji wa kuku, na sio kuku tu bali kuku ambao wanaweza kukupa mayai ya kuzalisha.
Mimi naitwa Brenda Wandera kutoka Mumias, Kakamega County, na hapa ni Dakasi Farm ambapo sisi tunafuga kuku ambao wanazalisha mayai ya kuangua, na pia tunalea vifaranga kuanzia siku moja hadi kuku aanze kutaga mayai, na pia tunafuga kuku wa nyama ambao tunawauza kwa watu ambao wanatumia kwa kazi hii.
Nimesikia kuhusu Dakasi. Inamaanisha nini? Dakasi ni nini kwa urefu?
Dakasi ni jina tu ambalo tulifikiria kuita hili shamba letu. Halina urefu haswa, ni jina tu la kujitambulisha.
Labda mimi ni mkulima, ninaona tu kuku wakitaga, wakilalia wenyewe, na unapata kuku wamelalia mayai 20 na anakupa vifaranga 5. Sijui wewe unatumia, nilisikia kuna natural breeding na artificial. Ni shida gani ambayo, ama ni makosa gani ambayo mimi nafanya ili niweze kupata vifaranga 5 kwa mayai 20? Makosa gani hayo?
Asante. Hapa kwenye shamba letu sisi tunatumia artificial breeding, ambayo tunatumia mashine ya incubators kuweza kuzalisha vifaranga. Na kabla hatujabeba mayai kupeleka kwenye incubator, kunazo vitu nyingi sana ambazo tunafanya kuhakikisha ya kwamba lile yai ambalo limetagwa na yule kuku likifika kwenye incubator litaweza kutoa kifaranga. Kitu cha kwanza ambacho tunaangalia ni utunzi wa ile kuku ambayo inaenda kutaga lile yai. Kwa maana kifaranga mzuri, healthy chick, inatokana na yai ambalo ni nzuri, na yai nzuri linatokana na kuku ambayo ni nzuri. Kwa hivyo jambo la kwanza kabisa ni selection of the hen, the laying hen. Sio kuku zote ambazo zitataga mayai yawe mazuri. Kuna vile tunachagua kuku na tunaangalia umbo la ile kuku. Kuku mzuri wa kutaga, kitu cha kwanza unapomwangalia unaona ni kuku ambaye amelishwa sawasawa, manyoya yanaonekana vizuri, yanametameta. Ukiangalia yule kuku unaona ni kuku ambaye macho yake yako clear eyes. Ukiangalia kwenye nostrils ni safi. Kuna ile comb ya kuku inatakiwa iwe nyekundu na iwe strong na imesimama vizuri sharp. Pale unajua kwamba huyu ni kuku ambaye atataga yai nzuri. Pia tunaangalia umbo la kuku huku nyuma huwa ni broad, na yale manyoya ambayo yako huku nyuma yawe safi. Huyo ni kuku mzuri wa kike. Jambo la pili, ndipo tupate yai, tunahitaji pia jogoo. Na pia jogoo tunaangalia jogoo mzuri. Kitu cha kwanza, jogoo inatakiwa awe mkubwa, na jogoo yule huwa ni jogoo ambaye yuko chonjo, ako na ile tunaita protective nature jogoo, na yule jogoo pia ako na comb, straight, clean and red. Huyu ni jogoo mzuri.
Labda nikukate kidogo. Jogoo, unaposema jogoo ako chonjo. Najua mimi nafika wakati nashangaa kuwa chonjo, yani anaweza tunza, akiona adui akikuja anapiga kelele, naona huyo ndo jogoo unaongelea
kabisa.
Akisikia mwewe, akiona hata kitu inapita anapiga kelele. Huyo ndo jogoo mzuri wa breeding. Jogoo
mzuri, wakati unaingia kwenye nyumba ya kuku utaona vile ana behave. Anakimbia kwenda kuprotect wale kuku jike. Yule ndio jogoo ambaye yuko chonjo, ako sharp, ako keen. That is a good breeding cock.
Unapata mkulima kona kuku wawili wa kike na ako na jogoo 10. Hapo kuna shida
kubwa.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu hawa jogoo watakuwa hawana kazi ya kufanya, watakuwa wanapigana na pia wanaweza kuumiza wale kuku. Kwa hivyo hapo katika breeding kuna kitu ambacho tunaita ratio, hens to cock ratio. Inatakiwa kwa kuku jike 10 tuwe na jogoo mmoja. Yaani ile ratio inatakiwa iwe 10 to 1. Jogoo wakiwa wengi wataleta madhara kwenye jike. Kutakuwa na kile kitu kwa kizungu tunaita overmating. Na hiyo overmating inafanya kuku wa kike wanakosa manyoya kwenye mgongo na pia ikienda sana ina cause injuries kwa jike. Na tukiwa na jike wengi like 15 or 20 na jogoo mmoja, utapata kwamba ile jogoo itakuwa haiwezi kutosheleza wale jike wote and it will result into unfertilized eggs.
Sasa wakulima ambao hawezi pata ujumbe huu, kuna wale hawatawezeshwa kuona kwa runinga ama kwenye YouTube, utahakikisha aje wamepata ujumbe? Because unaona pia mimi imenijenga sana na at least imenikumbusha kwamba pale ambapo ninakosea inafaa nirekebishe. Wewe kama Dakas Poultry Farm uko na mikakati ipi kuhakikisha wakulima wanapata mafunzo kama haya?
Mikakati ni mingi. Jambo la kwanza, niko na wale wanaitwa clients wengi kununua mayai hapa kwangu na pia vifaranga. Wakati wanakuja kununua, mimi hupata platform ya kuwafundisha, wengi huuliza maswali. Pia tuko na platforms kama za WhatsApp groups. Mimi niko member kwa WhatsApp groups mingi. Pia tuko na WhatsApp group yetu kama Dakasi, na pia tuko na Facebook page, na hapo sisi hupeana mafundisho ya aina hii kama vile ile nilikuwa nazungumzia ya ratio ya hens to cocks, na pia mafunzo mengine kuhusiana na ukulima wa kuku.
Sasa kuku ndio huyo ameweza kumet na jogoo, ameanza kutaga. Haya mayai yanaweza kukaa hadi siku ngapi? Umeongea kuhusu artificial ya artificial, ni ile njia ya kutumia machine, yani inaitwa incubator. So hiyo incubator ni mayai ambayo yamemaliza siku ngapi ambayo inaweza wekwa pale yenye imefanywa fertilization na iweze kutoa kifaranga?
Kabla sijafika hapo, wacha nizungumze ya kwamba kuku akishataga yai, utunzi wa lile yai kutoka kwenye mahali limetagwa kufika kwenye store pia mtu ambaye anaenda kuokota lile yai inatakiwa mikono yake iwe safi, isiwe na mafuta yoyote, kwa maana ikiwa chafu ama ikiwa na mafuta itafunga zile tundu kwenye yai. Kuna zile tunaita pores, kwa maana yai inapumua. Na hiyo utakuta kwamba kuku anaweza kutaga yai mzuri, lakini mwenye kulihandle analiharibu kabla lifike kwenye incubator. Hapo tunaangalia yai likishatoka kwenye nyumba ya kutagwa likipelekwa kwenye store. Kwanza ile store ya mayai ni nyumba ambayo inatakana iwe ni nyumba safi, ambayo ina hewa ya kutosha na ambayo haina unyevu, nyumba ambayo iko clean and dry. Na inatakiwa yai likae kwa muda wa siku 7 ndio maximum. Huwa tunasema kwamba the best time ni between 2, 4, 5, 6 days. Hapo ndio mzuri kabisa. Likikaa zaidi ya siku 7 linakuwa stale. Vile vile sio vyema yai litagwe siku ile na liwekwe kwenye incubator the same day. Hapo pia sio vyema unless yai limekaa kwanza likapata ile room temperature, ndio sasa litoke pale liende kwenye incubator.
So si vyema yai ambalo limechukua limetagwa hiyo siku kuwekwa kwenye incubator. Madhara, shida inakuwa nini?
Shida inakuwa ni kwamba wakati limekuwa kwenye mwili wa kuku, limekuwa kwa temperature nyingine tofauti. Linapotoka linatakana lipewe muda kidogo likae, li acclimatize to that room temperature, na mayai mengine pia ambayo huenda yalitagwa jana na juzi yawe kwenye the same temperature level kabla hayajaenda kwenye incubator.
Natumai mpenzi mtazamaji umeyapata hayo, ya kwamba yai linapotoka kwenye tumbo ya kuku linakuwa na temperature tofauti, na ukilieka kwenye incubator kuna uwezekano wa kukosa kuanguliwa. Kwa hivyo siku ya katika hili wiki la mashujaa, jaribu kutafakari hayo na uweze kurekebisha mahali ambapo ulikuwa unakosea. Hello farmers. There are very many factors that we need to consider while selecting an incubation egg.
In the process of talking to many people, we have farmers who have been asking me that sometimes they incubate 100 eggs, but they only get 20 or 10 chicks. Here are some of the factors that you should put in place as you select a good egg which you should incubate to give you a chick. The first one is fertility. You have to ensure that this is a fertilized egg which has been obtained from hens that have been mated by the cocks. The second one, we normally look at the egg size as we select the eggs. A very small egg is not good for hatching. Even if it hatches, it will give a very tiny chick whose survival rate is going to be very low. Very big eggs are not good for hatching. Some of them will not fit in the setting tray. And even if they fit, very big eggs tend to have what we call double yolk. And such eggs normally don't hatch. Number 3 factor we look at is what we call the shell quality, the quality of the shell of the egg. This good egg for incubation should have a shell which is the same. The thickness should be the same all round. And this enables the warmth in the incubator to spread evenly in the egg and therefore aid in good development of the embryo of the egg. Another thing that we look at is cleanliness of the egg. Dirty eggs are not good for hatching because most of them, the pores have been blocked and therefore they are not going to hatch. Then storage of the egg, how it has been stored, how the room was, and also the period that the egg has stayed from the time of laying to taking to the incubator. Those are some of the factors that we look for before we carry this egg to take it to the incubator.
Now you have a quality egg after considering all the factors. Then this is an incubator. What do you need to do in order to achieve the hatching, maybe the 100 hatching percentage? Can it be 100% after following or considering all the factors?
Maybe it can, but in my experience, I have never attained 100%, but you can attain 90 and 90 something hatching percentage, which will be very good. The first thing that you look at is if all the components of the incubator are up and running. Ile machine inatakiwa iwe nzuri na iwe kwa hali nzuri. Vitu zake zote, the setting trays ziwe mzuri, the water bowl that maintains humidity iwe nzuri, the thermostat iwe nzuri ili uweze kujua temperature inasonga namna gani na pia ile humidity. Then before you set your eggs, you do candling to those eggs. Candling is simply using a flashlight to shine in the inside of the egg to see if the egg is good, if it does not have any internal cracks before setting into the incubator. You first of all clean that incubator. Na ile incubator inatakana isafishwe vyema sana kwa hali ya juu. Tunasafisha kwa kutumia disinfectant. Ukimaliza disinfectant, ufuatishe kusafisha na maji warm soapy water. After that, you rinse that incubator thoroughly. This we do to ensure that the machine is clean, to avoid any infection of the clean eggs which are coming in for incubation. Then once your incubator is ready and clean, you are going to set the temperature. You ensure that the water bowl is filled so that humidity can be maintained in the incubator, and then you switch on the incubator. You let the temperature within the incubator to rise to a level of at least between 37.5 degrees Celsius to 38.5 degrees Celsius. Ikisha fika pale kwenye ile temperature, sasa unachukua mayai yako ambayo umeyapanga kwenye setting tray. Setting tray ndio inashika yale mayai yakikaa pale ndani, na wakati unapanga yale mayai unahakikisha ya kwamba ile sehemu pana ya yai or the broad area of the egg is supposed to face up, because here is where we have the air space where the egg is able to breathe. So yale mayai yanaangalia juu, unaweka kwenye setting tray, unaingiza kwenye incubator. Once umeingiza pale ndani, kazi yako itakuwa ni kuangalia kwamba temperature iko sawa, humidity iko sawa. Wakati umeweka mayai kuanzia siku moja hadi siku ya 18, between the 1st and the 18th day, the humidity is supposed to be set between 50 and 55%. The temperature is supposed to be 37.5 to 38.5. Lakini yatakapofika siku ya 18, kwa sababu siku ya 18 hapa ndipo lile yai kifaranga ndani kitakuwa tayari kimekuwa na sasa kinajitayarisha kuangua. Ile humidity utasongesha sasa itoke pale kwa 55 iende kwa 70%. Basi mayai yanapokuwa hapa ndani, when the eggs are inside the incubator, they are supposed to be turned continually. You turn the eggs at least 3 times a day, or between 3 to 5 times a day. And the reason for turning the eggs is to ensure that the yolk does not stick on the egg shell. So they keep turning, and also to ensure that the entire embryo is getting the warmth, the temperature evenly throughout the hatching period. Mayai yakiwa kwenye incubator, ikifikia siku ya 7 au ya katikati ya siku ya 7 na ya 10, tunafanya kile kitu ambacho kinaitwa candling. The purpose of candling is to see inside the egg to determine whether the embryo is developing normally. Na wakati unafanya candling, unatumia mwangaza kupitisha kwenye lile yai. Na utakuwa ukipitisha ule mwangaza kwenye yai, utaona mambo matatu. Jambo la kwanza ambalo unaweza kuona, utapata lile yai liko very clear. A very clear egg does not have anything inside. You will know that that egg is not fertilized, or it might have been fertilized but the embryo died very early. So you remove that egg from the incubator. Another egg, you can see that it has a red ring around it. If it has a red ring around it, it means that the embryo started developing but it reached somewhere and it died. Hilo yai pia unatoa kwenye incubator. Ya tatu, ukiangalia ndani ya yai, utaweza kuona mishipa ya damu ama blood vessels zimeteremka kwenye eggshell. Unajua kwamba lile yai ni nzuri, unarudisha kwenye incubator liendelee kukua. Wakati unafanya candling, unatoa yale mayai ndani ya incubator na kuweka kando. Unafanya hiyo kazi vizuri, ukahakikisha ya kwamba hayo mayai yasikae nje ya incubator kwa zaidi ya dakika 5. Na kwa hivyo wewe kuweza kufanya hivyo, kama mayai ni mengi kama 1000, usifanye candling kwa wakati mmoja ukamaliza mayai yote. Utafanya in stages to ensure that you spend very little time with the eggs and return them into the incubator so that they continue developing. Yataendelea vile. Yanapofika siku ya 18, the 18th day, that egg is now fully developed. The embryo, the chick, is now fully grown. It starts preparing for hatching. So what you do on day 18, you put off the turner so that the eggs do not turn. They settle with the broader egg part facing upwards. They start preparing for hatching. If you have a hatcher, this is the day when you will remove the eggs from the setter. You place in the hatcher on hatching trays where they will now hatch. On the 20th day, 21st day, you will see chicks will start cracking the eggs and hatching. And there you have your baby chicks.
after getting baby chicks, the farmers are now wondering, how can I take care of baby chicks? At the end of this lesson, the farmer should be able to know what is a brooder. What is required for you to have in order to construct a brooder? Then number 3, a farmer should be able to know, is there any vaccination? Is there any feeding? We will get all these answers from Madam Brenda.
Once we have our hatched chicks, the way we take care of them determines how they grow and the kind of healthy chicken that will become at the end. So it is just like a newborn baby. Before you get a baby, you prepare pampers, you prepare clothes, and things like that. For baby chicks, it's the same. The brooder is supposed to be prepared at least 24 hours before the arrival of chicks. And by preparing the brooder, we have 4 main things that determine the comfort of a chick in a brooder. We have the bedding, we have the water, we have the feeds, and we have warmth. Because a chick does not have the mother to provide that warmth. So that environment is supposed to be warm. And the temperature inside the brooder at day 1 of the chicks is supposed to be around 35 degrees Celsius. So you ensure that the brooder has been set. The bedding is supposed to be wood shavings. We use wood shavings and not sawdust. Watu wengine huwa wananiuliza mbona tusitumie sawdust kwa brooder? Jibu ni kwamba ile sawdust inafanana na chick mash. Ukiwekea vifaranga wakiwa wachanga, hawajui tofauti kati ya chakula na sawdust. Kwa hivyo wataila ile sawdust na ikiingia itaweza kuchoke vifaranga na kuwaua. So use wood shavings. And the wood shavings should be put properly, should be dry in the brooder, should be at least 3 to 4 inches from the floor to provide that stable environment, so that even if we have some water spilled in the brooder, it is not going to affect the developing chicks. Number 2, water should be clean water, water that can be taken by anybody. And the water, within the water, we should put chick start. Day 1, tunazipa chick start na tunazipa liquid paraffin. Kazi ya chick start ni kuprovide ile vitamins, ina provide ile energy ambayo inahitajika kwa kifaranga wakati ni mdogo ili aanze kukua kwa haraka. Then liquid paraffin inapewa kifaranga kusaidia kwa digestion, because a chick at day 1, the digestive system is not properly developed. Liquid paraffin will come in to help in that digestion. Upande wa chakula, chicks at day 1 zinapewa chick mash or starter. Na hiyo lazima iwe ni nzuri ambayo imetengenezwa vizuri. Make sure you obtain your chick start from reputable companies that have that history of making good feeds. And then the temperature, ensure that throughout the chicks are okay, they are feeling warm. There's a way in which you can look at the chicks and know whether the temperature is good, whether it is too hot or whether it is too cold. Ukiangalia behavior ya vifaranga pale kwenye brooder utaona. Ukiona vifaranga vimekimbia kutoka kwenye ile source of heat vikienda huko kando, unajua kwamba ile heat iko too hot. Na ukiona vimesonga kabisa, crowding around the heat source, you know that it is too cold, so you need to increase the temperature. And for you to know that your chicks are good and comfortable, you look at how they are evenly spread within the brooder. Kama ziko kila mahali zinatembea na zimetulia vizuri, unajua vifaranga zako ziko sawa. For heat, we can use different things to provide heat within the brooder. Unaweza kutumia brooding jiko, unaweza kutumia brooding pot, na unaweza pia kutumia bulb ya vifaranga ambayo huwa tunaita infrared bulb.
any of those can provide good heat in the brooder. Na wakati unatengeneza ile brooder yako inatakana iwe mviringo, it will be a circle. It will not have any corner, because if it has a corner, when chicks are feeling cold or when they are scared, they can run, and within that corner zinafinyana pale na unakuta kwamba zimekufa. So to prepare that circular breeder, you use plywood or you can use hardboard. Inakatwa vizuri na inatengenezwa mviringo ili iweze kutengeneza hiyo brooder.
It is good that we have learned on how to manage the brooder. For example, you have maybe placed your chicks into the brooder. What are the treatments that you will do to chicks in order to grow, including vaccination, feeding, and among others? What do we need to do?
Okay, from day one, once the chicks are in the brooder, they need a lot of care, and this care varies from feeding all through to treatments, just the way you have mentioned. From the first day to the 7th day, the chicks are going to be given chick start. Liquid paraffin is also going to be given at this stage. When they reach day 7, you give Newcastle and infectious bronchitis vaccine. That is NCDIB vaccine is given at day 7. Then from the 8th week, as they go up to the end of the 2nd week, they will continue with the same feeds, chick start, but chick mash, but the chick start will now stop because they have now started developing. At day 14, you will give Gumboro dose 1 to the chicks. They will continue. At day 21, you will do a repeat of NCDIB, and at day 28, you do a repeat of Gumboro. The chicks are supposed to stay in the brooder for a period of between 3 to 4 weeks when they have developed feathers to keep them warm. And during this period, from the first week, you will see that the temperature is supposed to be what I had said earlier, about 35 degrees Celsius. But as they go to week 2 and develop to week 3, you will start reducing that heat or the temperature slowly until when they will attain that room temperature to stay without the heat. That is from the 3rd and the 4th week. The brooder is supposed to be kept very clean and dry always. So when they are being given water using the drinkers, the person who is handling them is supposed to be very careful to ensure that water is not spilled within the brooder. Because if water is spilled there, the environment is going to be wet and it is going to be a good breeding ground for diseases like coccidiosis. Then also, the feeds, they are supposed to be raised. Anytime water and feeds are given to the chicks, it should be raised so that it is always at the level of the back of the chick, so that when they drink, they are not going to be spilling water inside the brooder. And if accidentally, kwa mfano kimakosa, maji imemwagika pale, kile unafanya tu ni kuzoa ile sehemu ambayo maji imemwagika na kutupa nje. Ile sehemu ibaki kama imekauka kila wakati na vifaranga vitakuwa sawa. Kunayo njia ambayo unaweza kuangalia wale vifaranga ukaona kwamba wako na shida fulani. When you are taking care of chicks, you are supposed to be very keen and observant. When you get into the house and hear some noise coming from the chicks, sharp noise, you know there is a problem. Either they are feeling cold or they are hungry, so you take care of them. Chicks that are happy and comfortable will be spread around the brooder. They will be relaxed. They will not be making any noise. If they have eaten well and they are satisfied, you will find them sleeping around the brooder. That makes me to remember, at day 1, when you are you have just put the chicks into the brooder, you should introduce them to water and to the feeds. And the first thing you should give is water. You should teach them how to drink the water by giving a few chicks. Unakachukua kidogo, unasongesha kwenye maji, kanakunywa, kanakunywa, kanakunywa. Then as they start taking the water, this will teach other chicks where to find water. After they have drank enough water, you do the same for the feeds. You teach them how to eat, and then they will start eating slowly. So in a nutshell, that is how to take care of chicks. The most important thing, if they have warmth. They have warmth, they are comfortable, the environment is dry, they have feeds, and they have enough water, and you vaccinate from day 1 to the 4th week. Those are the vaccinations that we give to the chicks, and we expect them to grow into very healthy chicken.
In every success story, we normally have challenges. So maybe what are some of the challenges that you encounter in your farm?
We have a number of challenges. One of the challenges you can find is like I am not here always because I am a busy person. I go out, I go to places, and I depend on people to help me take care of my chicks. Sometimes if you have a farm hand who is not very keen, you find that they can mishandle the chicks, and it leads to very high mortality rates. Sometimes disease control is a challenge. There's a time a disease got into my flock and I lost almost 600 chicks within a span of about 3 to 4 days. So disease control can be a challenge, especially if good biosecurity measures are not put into place. High cost of feeds is also a challenge. Feeds are very, very, very expensive. And currently, a challenge I am going through right now is I don't have enough housing for the many chicks I have and many chicken that I would like to grow to supply or to meet the demand of chicken around me. So many people asking for chicken, this, that. I am keeping what I can, but then I don't have enough housing. So in future, I am hoping that I can be able to develop proper enough space to be able to meet this challenge.
Also, you have laid down strategies that will make you come out of those challenges.
Yes, I'm hoping that if I am able to do some sales and get profit, it is out of these savings that I'm going to start expanding my farm so that I can get good housing. And for the challenge of people mishandling the chicks, I have also a strategy. Right now, I have brought on board on my farm somebody who is knowledgeable, who has gone through training of how to take care of chicks and chicken. And with him, I am hoping that even if I am away, he can keep the farm running well.
A very good enterprise should consider the community. And I'm very happy that you have very good information on how to overcome the issue of poverty. What are you doing as a farm to the community to make sure that we reduce the poverty and achieve food security through poultry farming?
My farm is actually a learning place for many people. My home is always open, and I receive very many people who come to buy and for other reasons, and I always teach them. So training is very important. I train them on how to do poultry. Another thing is just being a good example to many women, especially. I interact with very many women who come from very humble backgrounds. They cannot afford very basic things. I teach them. It is an example of a success story that you can start something small and it grows into something that can help you in future. I am also doing training outside. I go out and I teach women. I have taught women groups, for example, how to do poultry and how to turn, because what I have realized as I have gone out to talk to women and even young people is that many homesteads have some chicken, but they don't know how to transform this chicken they have into a business opportunity. So I have also been teaching, especially women and young people, how to turn this into a business opportunity that can put some food on the table. And this way, I think I'm contributing to the community, and I even am foreseeing that in future, my farm can become a very, very good place that is going to empower people on how to do poultry, and even using poultry manure to grow vegetables and things like that for households.
Maybe there's somebody who want to reach out to you. Where are you located? Maybe you have a phone number. Do you have a fan page? Maybe try and tell them so that they can get.
Thank you. Dakasi Poultry Farm is situated in Mumias West. Actually, about 1 kilometer from Mumias town. And our phone number is 0712 650 505. We also have a Facebook page at Dakasi Poultry Farm.
Who is Brenda? You know, I have seen you as a farmer and a very successful farmer. Maybe if somebody want to describe who is Madam Brenda, can you tell us who are you in professional and what? No, it is good. I've seen that you are a farmer,
Yes.
but how do you get? Where did you get capital? Then what are you doing apart from farming?
Brenda is a teacher, a high school teacher. I teach at Luginu Boys. That is a secondary school within this locality. Apart from that, Brenda is also a church woman, very strong church woman, the wife of the Bishop of SDK Diocese of Mumias here. And by virtue of that position, Brenda is somebody who interacts with all women throughout. And she has a platform of talking to women about economic empowerment and even encouraging women to grow. And those are some of the things we have been doing in some of our platforms. Actually, Dakasi Poultry Farm is a baby of trying to economically empower women. It was born from a desire to change in some way. And it developed from this, you know, having something that women can do so that they uplift their lives down there. And so I started as a leader to do something small so that when people come, they can learn what I am doing and they also go out there to do. And I have so many students of mine in farming that I have mentored that are now doing poultry. One of them is already hatching right now. And I am continuing to do the same to others who come here, they learn. Many people come to my place, they come to look at how I have done my structures. They come to learn. And sometimes when their chicken are mature, they still call me. Where can I find market? And where possible, I support them to help them sell their chicken. So that is who Brenda is, and that is what I am doing in the society. And God willing, I hope that we can grow this project to reach a level where it can empower so many in this society.
Remember, this week, the country of Kenya is celebrating Heroes Day, and we, the HLC TV, in partnership with Mkulima Bila Jembe. Under advanced farming, we celebrate Madam Brenda as the hero of the week. Thank you.